Hi friends, it's Pastor Tom. I'm in my backyard and it's May 6th and I've been thinking about Mother's Day this week. It is that time we celebrate those wonderful people in our lives who have made us who we are. And I realized with all this time we've had to be home that I've actually done a little bit of cooking, not much, but whenever I do need to cook, I always go for this cookbook that my mom happened to give me when I graduated from college, and I can prove it because she even wrote my name in the top, just so I wouldn't lose it, like a good mom would do. And because of that, I think of her every time I need to make something. And I think that's a powerful, powerful image to carry with us of our parents and how they influence our lives, sometimes in ways they never realize. And we as parents, how we influence our children's lives in ways we sometimes never realize. Well, this Sunday is also the fifth Sunday in the season of Easter. And the season of Easter has story after story of Jesus showing up resurrected to his disciples, empowering them with the Spirit, empowering them with forgiveness and new life and all these things that come with that. I wanted to jump to the text that is actually the second reading from the epistle of 1 Peter. And in this letter, it is filled with hope, and it is filled with joy, and it is filled with this reassurance of who we are because of Jesus Christ. And whenever I read this text, I'm reminded of parents. So I just want to share a brief portion of it. 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. But you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's own people, in order that you may proclaim the mighty acts of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Once you were not a people, but now you are God's people. Once you had not received mercy, but now you have received mercy. Every time I hear that text, it's as if someone says to me, remember who you are, whose you are, and you will always know what you're supposed to do. Remember who you are, whose you are, and you will always know what you are supposed to do. It's like wonderful advice from a parent to remember who we are, whose we are, and in that we will always know what we are supposed to do. A key concept to Martin Luther's theology was this concept of the priesthood of all believers. And the priesthood of all believers basically says that as Christians, whatever it is we are called to do in this world is an opportunity to proclaim the good news. It's an opportunity to share joy. It's an opportunity to live out mercy and hope and new life for all times. And I think as parents, it's one of those great callings in life that we equip our children to be merciful, to be hopeful, to know that there is something much more than that which they see with their eyes, something bigger in this world to be hopeful for. And that they are called, just like we are, to proclaim those mighty acts of him who called us out of darkness into his marvelous light. My mom is celebrating her second Mother's Day in her new home, which is a memory care unit up north. And she lives in a pretty simple space now, a bed, a chair, a television. And then her room is filled with images that come from her life before she moved there. Paintings of places she's been, photos of her family, of her husband, of her parents, of her sister, of her children and her grandchildren. And above her bed is a very simple little cross, a symbol, a reminder, I think, of whose she is. Something that she probably can't recall in all of those photos. But my prayer is that that little cross, that symbol, elevates a memory deep within her that even Alzheimer's can't steal. A reminder that she is a child of God, first and foremost and forever. A memory that she was given by her parents, her grandparents gave it to her parents, and it was passed on and on. And now it's passed on to her children, her grandchildren, and her great-grandchild as well. Remember who you are, whose you are, and you will always know what you are supposed to do. I hold to that. And on this Mother's Day, we are reminded that God creates families in so many wonderful ways. Mothers, fathers, parents, mentors, grandparents, that they all serve this same purpose of lighting that fire, of connecting us to those memories, of engaging us, of making us feel secure and safe in this world when it can be such a scary place. And that they pass on the faith that was given to them, to us, that walks with us through difficult times like this. So my prayer to all of you on this Mother's Day is that you remember that you are greatly appreciated, that you are deeply loved by your family, by those who have gone before you, by those who will come after you, that you are deeply loved by your God, that you are deeply loved by your community. And we look so forward to coming together again. Have a wonderful week. Hang in there. We'll be together soon.